Hey guys, Adam here. Welcome to the first episode of my Django Class Based Views series. Class Based Views is one of my favorite topics about Django. I remember when I first learned Django for a long time, maybe about a year and a half, I was using function based views. The docs are written mostly in function based views. A lot of the beginning tutorials I used were in function based views. And and little by little, I started learning about this thing called class-based views, which is most likely the point that you guys are at. You have a familiarization with function-based views, and are starting to learn about class-based views. And it can be challenging. Function-based views are definitely simpler in the fact that you can go from top to bottom and you know pretty much everything that's going on. Class-based views function a little bit differently because they have a general standard practice that it follows, and it conforms to those rules as much as possible while allowing you to override those rules. So what that means is that a lot of the code is hidden. If you do things the standard way, you write a lot drier code. But that comes at the expense of when you do want to make changes, you kind of have to know a little bit more. You have to understand how things work. And that's what this whole tutorial is going to be about. I think it's going to be about 15 episodes, what I planned. It'll probably go, probably as we go through, I'll probably think of some more stuff I want to talk about. But that is what this tutorial is going to be about. And I am pretty excited about it. Hopefully, you guys are too. So yeah, let's talk about what we're going to be doing. As you can see, my beautiful, beautiful web page here. I spent a lot of time on the CSS of this guy. All jokes aside, we're going to be keeping this very simple as far as the design goes, because that's not the point of this. We have a blog. Here are our articles right here. So we have a list of our articles. We can see our individual articles. We can update the article. We can delete the article. We can create new articles. So pretty much we have an article model, and we're going to be doing CRUD operations around the article, which is at the heart of what most applications do. We're also going to be exploring other things because obviously there are more things. But as far as we're going to be converting this blog application from a function-based view into a class-based view. So as you can see here, this is our current function-based view. This should all look pretty familiar. If it doesn't look familiar and you aren't familiar with function-based views, you might want to start with function-based views because you do kind of learn how things work. And with class-based views, you are going to have to learn this anyway. When we do override things, you have to kind of do similar stuff. If you are familiar with function-based views and you have worked with forms and such, we're going to be converting all of this to be a lot less code and follow Django general best practices. Um, so the code base that we have, let me show you what we're going to be working with the code if you guys want to follow along with the code. Git branch. Okay, so we have a couple different branches. The two branches that you guys should be concerned about are function-based view and class-based view. We're going to be using this function-based view, and we're going to be converting those to class-based view and seeing where the power comes in when using class-based view and how it can be so much more scalable. So let me go ahead and download this. We're going to do a fresh download if you guys want to download it as well. Up one more. Okay. So the two things, I think there's just two things you need to have installed. You need to have installed Python 3 and Git. I think I'm using Python 3.5 right now. I think any Python 3, 3x should work. Um, and I'm also using Django 195 is the current stable. And I'll try and keep things updated. If, for example, in Django 110, if some things change, I'll be checking that to make sure everything works. All right, let's go ahead and grab the code. So in the directory that you want to make your project, what we're going to do is we're going to create a virtual environment, Python 3, pyvem, blog example. And then we go into there, cd blog example, and we're going to download Django, pip install Django, which will install the, oh no, first we need to activate. So we're going to source bin activate, and then we're going to pip install Django, which will install the latest version of Django into our environment. All right, now we have Django installed. We can go ahead and create our project now by doing Django admin start project. We'll call our project blog. Oh wait, no, we need to clone. So we need to go ahead and clone from the repo. Git clone and get the repo link, and we're going to clone that into blog example. We're going to move into blog example, and we're going to git fetch origin CBV and FBV. So what this is going to do is this is going to pull down the two branches which we're going to use. And if we do git checkout FBV, git branch, make sure this looks good, and we do a migrate, and we're going to create a super user as well. Create super user, and I like to name mine admin, but it doesn't matter. Don't need an email address by default, and give it a nice unsecure password. And then I think we're good to start the server. We'll start the server, and here we go. And now we have this running. And you should, to test it out, my first article. I'm hoping this works. I'm not 100% sure if it will. We'll see what happens. This is the first one. You should read it. Here you can put HTML if you like. It doesn't matter because we don't care about how things will look right now. But it is set to be safe. Lorem ipsum, which means that it will render the HTML. Blah, blah. And let's get a few of these in here. And we'll make a couple paragraphs. And then we'll submit and cross our fingers. I needed to log in. Let's go log in first. Admin, my password, and then if we don't try that one more time, this time it might work. My first post, you should read this one, it's cool. And lorem ipsum, blah blah. Do that, make it a paragraph. Copy that, and make 3 paragraphs, and submit. There we go. So now we have our article. We can go back and we can see all of our articles. My first post, you can see it. You should be able to update it to updated, and you should be able to delete it and create more articles as well. Ooh, that could be a bug. Anyway, it looks like there's a bug. I'm going to fix it. So this probably is not going to happen for you guys. It won't happen for you guys. But for me, there is still a bug. And yeah, so you guys should have this code up and running. And we'll be going through this project in future videos and lessons. And we're going to be going through and learning all about class-based views and how awesome they are. And until lesson 2, have a good one.